Hey, how you guys doing? Michael X. Yeah, I am going to do a quick little stream. It's going to be probably 45 minutes. It's pre-recorded stuff that I was going to make into a video, but then I thought, why process it when I could just show it to you guys live? Um, yeah, so let me do this here. Here we go. I'm just doing a little test real quick. It's a problem. Um, what the heck? Okay, I might need to play these. Weird. Very strange. There we go. Close that. Well, let me try that again. Maybe it won't let me actually stream videos I'd actually like to be streaming. I noticed this the other day. Alright, I'm going to start with the lowest battle. There we go. I don't know what happened. Alright, we're good. So, let me get this. There we go. So, these aren't exactly the best battles you're ever going to see with a bad chat, but they're definitely, for me, I mean, being gone for a year and 9 months, I think they're pretty good. Yeah. So I'm playing with some buddies. I think that this was yesterday. So, this is the day that all of the 279 Object 279s came out. So I didn't get it because I haven't been playing, which I don't really care because it's not my kind of tank anyway. I don't really like tanks that are just, just front armor. Hence, I don't have the T26 anymore. Yeah, these are some okay games. I think they're actually really good games on one hand, but yeah, no comments yet. Really quick that a lot of people don't know because they don't actually have this. They don't actually have this tank. A lot of people don't know it that it's just not a tank. You can't sit there out in the open. If anything can pin it. You have to be careful with light tanks. And recently, you really need to be careful of any of those because they have laser cannon guns. This thing is very inaccurate. It can be accurate with the right crew setup, which I was frustrated when I realized that they put a 7-second hindrance on this thing. It still has 31 reload with the top crew, or even you get down to 29 on the PC, but on here you're talking 40 seconds, which, I wonder if they actually nerf the E50 as well, but still no comments. This is one person watching, which is good.
Cible verrouillée. Concentrez-vous sur cette position.
So keep in mind it's been a long time since I played, so I ain't exactly the best at this. So these are going to be examples. Gaming in can be more accurate, but should only be 2 out of 3. I think I missed 3, so the other 1 ran. So, this is something I really enjoy doing here, and that is to just jump off here and shoot in the middle. Pretty funny. Just, you know, absolute surprise and shock. You can see those 2 tanks coming behind me, so I'm going to start making evasive maneuvers. I had some really tough spills on that ship. So yeah, I'm not good enough yet to really get 2 marks on this thing, but I'm working on my 200 game right now, so yeah. I haven't been playing as much. Yeah, I had some friends donate some Xbox membership time. So like, I'm gonna do the exact same thing in the exact same place. It's just so funny to jump in there. Like I said, it's just fun. This guy obviously is not happy about it, but you know, you kind of don't want to be by yourself, especially at the end of the game. You know, but you guys might wonder why I switched the game, because most likely at the end of the game you're gonna run into some really tough people, other than the survivors. Because you're gonna need a little bit extra. You know, and shots like that probably would have bounced from standard, so I want to get max damage. You know, so these tanks I really don't know yet what's up with them. So having heat loaded would definitely help in terms of. So yeah, this was actually yesterday's video. So yeah, I didn't get this vehicle. I probably won't ever get it, and I probably won't ever get it on the PC either. I'm actually really bad on the PC, unfortunately.
On a été repéré. Cible déverrouillée. Cible abandonnée.
I'm just trying to be a problem.
Joli tir.
You can see that if you shoot frontally right below that turret ground, the reason I got swung over was because that guy bounced me, and then of course a friend of mine fell off of that. I don't know if the unit pushed him, but I've done it so many times. If you look, if you were to go back and watch this, you would see that I actually was going to drive off of that, and I looked up and over. I was like, nah, fam, I'm not doing that. So, I thought I was dead. I thought I was completely dead, but, you know, hey, to kill that guy cost me, I don't know, 12,000 silver, but, you know, hey, like I said, that 709E or whatever just came out. I might even be butchering the tank's model. So, yeah, so I'm working on getting the machine. So, yeah, anyway. So, I got 4281. It's on Mastery 2. There's somebody out there dropping 6 easy a game. Even with it being nerfed, they're still dropping a lot. And so I've been just getting back into, like, well, actually, it's like a whole different tank, honestly. It doesn't fire its clips quick enough. I've been depending on it for more long-range shots than I have for anything else. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and go to Erlenberg. You go ahead and go to Erlenberg. Yeah, Erlenberg. Yeah, it's a. I really, it's one of my. I like the classic maps. I don't like the new ones. I like the classic maps. I know people don't like playing the same maps all the time, but I'll just say that I don't really like playing like specific those kind of maps. You know, they're just so small. And the storm variants, I mean, can be fun. They can change the dynamics of it, but you know, when you're in a medium. So I just wanted to point out to you guys. I said this the other day. If you ever sucks. Every cap except for like one has nowhere to hide. So, you know, even artillery can blind fire in there and stop the cap. So I say leave it. You guys will see that this is actually going to be a contributing factor to why this game is such a victory. You know? But, like I said, I'm trying to help the team, and the best way to help the team with this tank is to get as much damage, to get as much spotting assistance as you can get. The problem that you run into is I'm still not used to the tier 10 light tanks on mercenary. So yeah, I'm still not used to it. Hey, what's up there? Can barely hear you. Let me check something real quick. What about now? This should be actually almost too loud. There, can barely. Oh yeah, it's real quiet. Let me check something real quick. Oh, it's so quiet. This should be actually almost too loud. Yeah, mine's. Yeah, that's strange. Oh yeah, it's real quiet. I'll just turn it up max. I'll turn it up to max. I don't know why it would be quiet. It's so quiet. This should be actually almost too loud. Well, I'll try and talk louder. Hopefully it helps you guys. I hope it's not like, you know, I can turn down the game volume as well. Which that should probably help. Let me see here. So that's like redlining for me. I do appreciate you letting me know there. Is it my young Quack? That's a pretty funny one. Okay, so I kind of lost track of what was going on in the battle, but I'm pretty sure that it should be okay now. Maybe that'll help? I don't know. It helps me a bit. Let me try it again. Maybe that'll help? I don't know. Yeah, that sounds way better. Okay, so that's definitely louder. Okay, so like I was saying, it's much easier to defend this area. As I said, it's very difficult to shoot light tanks, especially with this vehicle. You know, as you can see, I'm just getting nothing but track, so going for that ram kill. So lucky right there. Like if he would have got around there, he could have just messed me up. Okay, so that's better. No probs, yeah, lol. So you're back, huh? Yeah. I'll probably still do some other videos. I'm gonna upload some Minecraft stuff. I'm getting ready to release one of the maps, or one of my maps that I have, and do it for upload. Just because I promised people. So if you're interested in that, you know, we're almost at 100 likes, which is what I asked for. I was like, hey, if I can get 100 likes on this video, I will come up and do, you know, a world download. So you guys watch the accuracy of this tank. So we are shooting at, I think that was 100 meters? Or was it 200? I'd have to zoom in again, or even rewind the video. I don't think I'll do that. Alright, so yeah, this is pretty much my average game right here, where I'm always down to no health. At least it feels like that. So a lot of times with this tank, I mean, you know, you gotta trade damage because you just don't have any armor. It is possible to not lose any health, but you guys will see it in my next game that we're gonna look at. So now I'm just going to use the intimidation factor. A lot of people, I think, have some post-traumatic stress over this tank, as you can see, because he's just thinking, you know, it's distracting him so much that this tier 8 is just ripping him up. Yeah, I was actually super surprised that that Conqueror was not, you know, it's just the tier 9, but it's still just as good as the tier 10. It just doesn't have quite as much lower plate armor, you know? And there you go. So I thought that was a tier 8. That actually, I think that might have been the tier 10. So yeah, I changed some of my equipment around recently. Yeah, to try and help the accuracy of this. I don't know why having enhanced gun laying drive would make this tank inaccurate, but whenever I've ran it, it can be fully zoomed in and you still miss. And so I don't know if it's a bug or a glitch or what, but I do not recommend it. Just use coated optics, you know, and if not, use like toolbox, repair kit, you know, just something like that, right? Anything but using enhanced gun laying drive, because, you know, it just doesn't help you, you know. It should, you know, when you're sitting still, you should be able to aim in quicker, but it seems to me like it just doesn't allow the reticle to go in all the way. I have noticed a lot of bugs. So I've been gone for a year and 9 months, and I noticed there are, I mean, I'm not going to go through them all. Some of them I think are features if you really want to know, but for instance, there's a way to get every tank in the game to get, you know, more gun depression than what they're actually given, and it's not a cheat. All you got to do, well, I'm not even going to tell you, but if you know about it, it's literally just you do it by accident, and then you'll be like, wow, how come my tank has more gun depression? You know, it just happened to me. I was sitting there, I auto locked on a target, and then boom, I had like 8 gun depression on a tank that only had, you know, maybe 5 or 6, which is crazy if you think about that. Of course, I had to be zoomed out. I couldn't be looking through the scope for it to work, and that's why I was like, it's definitely a bug. So yeah, like, you never know what's gonna happen, right? Everybody defended that side, and now nobody cares about the cap. Now everybody just wants to get the last kills, right? So I'm trying to use my spotting here, and you guys are gonna see that I get, yeah, I'm like, there's no way I'm making that next shot. Like, you know, this thing's a little bit more accurate, but I'm not gonna be making those kind of shots there. And for some reason, there's a glitch for me. Whenever I shoot through a bush, I never hit anything. Like, if I can't see the target, I miss every shot. There's another example. If a guy's behind cover and you try and shoot at him, it's like the round just, it's like it just doesn't go where you want it to. Like that one hit a track. Yeah. So I just wasted all 5 of those heat shells. So you guys can see I only have 10 rounds left. Which is actually, I mean, that's pretty average. There's no way you're taking out... In hindsight, I wish I would have just, you know, waited. Because I knew I couldn't pin him. It's got to be a side shot. I can pin him on his upper hull, but this thing's not that accurate. So you'll see here when I reload... It's not that accurate. I was trying to get a track pin there. And I missed him with my last one. So now I only have 5 standard shells, which are good shells, but not against E100s, and definitely not against you know, so we're basically 2 guys, you know. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to try and play like a light tank, get spots, so they won't actually know because they're already detected by this guy. So I come back around because I'm thinking they're going to YOLO. I'm going to YOLO him. trying to find the other guy, and that's who I really am worried about, is that other tank. The E100 is so slow.
Prête à tirer sur la cible.
Drinking some water, so I hope that doesn't bug you guys. It helps me to not cough. And of course, the guy stops because I got detected.
Concentrez-vous sur cette position.
I hate when people ping the map, you know. I don't know if the guy thinks he's just, you know, better than everybody, or if he's just genuinely trying to, you know, be helpful. But this thing on flat ground against any Russian tank is not recommended. You really need to be far distance. Like originally I was going to go around and take the 6 line in, but since I see that he's here, I'm going to go ahead and go and just go hide behind this building over here and then come straight in on him. I'm not going to go all the way across the river. I really do think that this guy just was trying to ping me to get me to go there, so that way he could get more damage. That's what I think anyway. I honestly think that he's just trying to get more damage. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you like, I bounce a shot. That was my last round out of the tank. If I could have fired one, missed, and then killed him with that last shot, I could have got that thing. So 16 pins out of 30. That means I missed all those other rounds or bounced them. Alpha Dog says, yo, what's up? How you been doing, bro? It's been a while. Yeah, thanks for stopping in. I've been good. Yeah, so as you guys can see, 58, 64, 15 pins. Assisted not so much. You know, I did get targets, you know, I had them lit up, but I really didn't get, you know, really didn't get it. So anyway, let's go ahead and go. Alright, so I just had this game earlier, and I thought it would be a good game. It's not as much as the one we just watched, the 5800 damage game, but it's still pretty good. So as you guys can see, we got a 5-man platoon versus a 2-man and a 4-man platoon. You know? So I don't really like this map. I don't. I liked it on the PC version, but the PC version of it, when they bring it on here, it has all these places you can get into. Did you see that lag spike I got? So one of my favorite things to do on this is to play the 1 line, but you have to be really careful, because if you get a lot of heavies coming this way, which they do that, you need to get out of there. Just run. If people stay there, just let them die, because you're gonna die too. So for me personally, this is what I like to do. I don't always do this though, but when it comes to the bat chat, I mean, we got good view range. We got we're fast. I can get this thing going 67 if I go straight. So there's 1 detection for me. I did get spotted in the process. There's 2. No RD. So yeah, I really wish that. I mean, I hate to say it, but I mean, I kind of wish that they would do something different with RD. Maybe make self-propelled guns. You know, was it point and fire weapons? More like a heavy, and give them armor and stuff. But you know, now that they're in, people are gonna want to keep that. Nobody's gonna want to lose their Second Amendment rights or RD. So, so I'm gonna go ahead and do some little peek here, and I was really surprised to see a Type 4 back here. Like I said, I've seen it where whole teams have taken all their heavies and gone this way, and then they can basically sit on the cap and then make you come up a hill to get them. So there you go. So one of my obstacles would have been the other bat chat, because we could literally kill each other if we just ran into each other.
On a été repéré.
So that E4, he's actually kind of risking it going through the center like that. I don't think I would ever do that. I honestly think if I had the E4 on this map, or even the E3, I would do something different. So I wanted to make it look like I was leaving, so that this guy would actually commit and YOLO up here, so I get some free damage off of him. You can see I'm just gonna wait, and now that I'm detected, I'm gonna go ahead and get behind him. And of course, one of the rounds tracks him. Silly. There we go. Alright, so now if I'm alone and I'm doing lone play, I don't actually reload. I just shoot all my rounds out, then reload. So in this case, I just let the guy know, hey, I'm reloading, so I have a lot of time. Ever since they nerfed this, adding, you know, another 10 seconds onto the reload it's not making a difference. It makes you have to wait a little bit longer. Thought I could come in for a ram and kill him. They don't want to fire my... I was thinking that this is a really good opportunity to get some shots on that Borsig, or it's not a Borsig, but the waffle. So it's kind of funny. I didn't notice it, but look, he actually flips over on his side here, and I don't actually notice it. Right? I mean, I really don't. I don't notice it, and then I look and see it. I'm like, oh, hey, free damage. So that was 325 meters. So at like 500 meters, the accuracy of this tank just goes out the window. Unless you do a specific setup, which I'm not going to tell you guys because it took me a lot of lost games to figure out what I needed to do to change perks up and stuff. So if somebody asked me and they really wanted to know what I was running, I'd tell them. But I stopped doing statistics a long time ago, just because I've had too many people. You know, I've had too many people. So basically, in platoon with my friends here, they're starting to run into trouble over here. And what it is they got, you know, it's 2-on-1, and one of the guys to the right isn't really doing what he needs to do. I was really surprised that that shell bounced like that. So I'm heading over here, and then he actually hits him, and I think he bounces. I mean, how do you bounce Hesh? You know? I know that when I was in the STI, it was one of the worst tanks on flat ground, because people can just switch to premium and go right through it. So you end up being really slow, and they end up using a lot of premium rounds. So as you can see, I'm not going to reload. I'm going to keep the 3 shells I have, and I'm going to try and scope these last 4 guys out. So they are the guys in the platoon that we've seen. And so I know from experience that when you run into a team that's in a platoon, that you kind of have to play different. And what I mean by that is they will focus fire. So I'm going to go ahead and switch to heat and let people know that I'm reloading. It's really crazy if you watch this. I'm moving around, I'm going back and forth, I'm not being detected, right? Not being spotted. And then at some point you're gonna see it's almost like this guy has I'll say a perk boost. Just randomly, look, he disappears behind some bushes, which I'll tell you right now, if I was in a heavy and then I get spotted by him, so you tell me, I mean, maybe he had binoculars. I don't know. I know that I need to get out of there. So like I said, that Patton tried to go around the back and he got killed for it. So right now I'm thinking I'm full health. I could take a couple hits, but I don't want to take all of them. And I realize that the tank destroyer over here is a tier 8, so I'm sitting here going, this could be really bad. So I'm really hesitant. I'm kind of like veering to the right. I kind of want to get eyes over here. I was thinking about trying to get up this hill and then decided not to. I'm thinking he's firing on this guy and he just can't pin him. So I'm like, I got the heat here. And of course my shell just went low. It happens. I'm not going to waste another shell though. So I know there's a guy up there, and like you can see, the Patton tried to get around behind them and got killed. So I'm just sitting here going, I want to get eyes on this guy, these guys first, and then I get eyes on them. I'm not detected yet, so I'm gonna go ahead and hide, and then just wait. Because I do want to get out of here, honestly. I don't really want to go up that area. I think that they got their autoloader, and then they have a guy like lying back in, basically. So I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm somehow getting detected, you know? I mean, through a rock. I don't actually understand that. Like I said, it feels like, to me, like this guy has something on that tank that makes it so he can see through, you know? So is it the defender? I don't think so. I mean, you'd have to have one hell of a camouflage perk on that. So I'm thinking about snapshotting him and getting out of there, and then I realized that there's nothing I'm going to be able to do. These guys are both facing forward. They're too far out for me to risk shooting. So I'm thinking there's 2 over there, there's 2 over here. We got 3 tanks, and I want to get in here. And so if you look, this guy clusters everything. Like, you know, I know to you know. So what I want to do is get that 50B out. And then of course this guy's blocking me out there. I was gonna track him, is what I was gonna do. I should have just shot his upper plate, but this guy's like, look at what he's doing. So I decided at this moment, this guy's gonna be playing hull down, and I want to get out of here. And let's look at what he's doing. So it's gonna cost me. As you can see, I end up getting hit because of him. So I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. And just let him get killed. I don't know what the hell he was thinking. Like, if he would have just let me shoot, you know, I could have killed the guy, you know? I know that I don't sit in front of people and block them. You know, I try and make it so 2 people can shoot. So I wanted to get up here and maybe do some spotting, but I've also I thought, hey, what if he's coming down the hill? That thing can actually do 30 downhill. So I'm sitting there going, he could just come around that corner and get me up here. So I decided to just go ahead and hang out with the crew. I still got some heat shells left. So my crew has turned into just me and my buddy Reaper here, and this E100, which I don't think he understands yet. You know, I think this is probably his first tier, maybe a first time. You know, his first tier 10, so he doesn't really understand how to use the E100, because the E100 is a very difficult tank. I actually don't like it, but I've known people that love the tank. So I'm actually communicating, and I'm like, hey man, you gonna be okay? I'm gonna go ahead and sneak up behind them and get them, right? And then about right here, I realized that they're actually on the second mountain back. So I'm like, I want to shoot him, but if they detect me, if he detects me, they're gonna know I'm coming, and I'm just gonna get wiped. So I decided to just go ahead and take the long road. Now, back when I used to play, there used to be a place you could get up right here, which it looks like it's gone. You know, it looks like it's gone, right? So here's the new place. I mean, I had to take the long road here. So you might be wondering what I was doing there. So so the guy ends up getting wasted by the E100, which is good. So I should be able to take out that defender and then quickly come behind this other guy. The problem is he's full health. So I was gonna just pop him from that range, and then he's kind of moving. There we go. So now I'm spotted. You can see that, you know, he's not full health, but it's more than what I have. And so if I come jump up on him, he could probably two-shot me, and I could end up just bouncing all my rounds. And so he ends up going for the greater target, which means he's not, you know, he's not stupid. And so I'm not going to go head-to-head with him or even to the side there. I'm going to try and get around the right side because he knows I'm behind him. So he's backed up against this cliff, and I can see that. So I'm trying really hard not to get detected. I have silent drive on, so that should help a lot on this. So I'm going to go ahead and come around this corner and, you know, see if I can do something. Now, I don't know if he's facing left or right or towards me. Hella funny. I hate when people ping, they ping the map like you're dumb or something, you know? So I have 4 shells. It should be more than enough to kill him. So there's a 405, there's a 431, and random bounce. Okay, so if I was the E100, I would have killed the guy, right? I mean, kill him, right? If it was me, even the standard AP shell, you could get alongside him, and so he ends up getting killed. And so I don't actually realize it, but it's literally 1 minute left. Now he is on like 200 health. I have 579. So if this game ends, we should win. You know, depending. They had a lot more heavy tanks, so that with me here should work out to a victory. Yeah, should work out to a victory. Like I said, there's really there's no way I'm getting back there. I think the guy was headed to the cap, but regardless, this game's gonna end. I was sitting there thinking, I was like, randomly the guy's gonna detect me from the 9 line and then stall around me. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, overall I thought that was a really fun and challenging game. You know, seriously, I thought it was a good game. As far as skill goes, because a lot of these techniques, these are things I did years ago. So victory, right? So we end up with victory, which is pretty sweet. And got a little bit more towards the machine contract. And I was actually just thinking about recording this. So check this out. So there you go. You can see, you know, 4290, 651 assisted. So almost 5,000, or is that a little bit over 5,000? Let's see. That would be. Let me see. Yeah, it would be 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. So almost in total is almost a 5,000, which is still only a mastery 2. So somebody's doing like 10k on this map, or they did 10k. So 4 detected, 5 destroyed, 13 penetrations. Pretty good game overall. I thought it was fun. Chatillon 25T, one of my favorite tanks. Wasn't really happy about some of the nerfs that they had done, but overall I thought this was I thought this was worth showing you guys some stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and just bring up a little, not the credits, but so I can change some of this stuff here. So I have some other good games with the Conqueror. but I'm not really ready just yet to show it. I do have a decent, kind of crazy actually. We're going to go ahead and check it out, and I'm going to end this stream. So this isn't the Chatillon, it's the AMX 1390. So I've been away for a year, 9 months, and this is my first time playing this by itself. So I thought you guys would be interested in seeing it, and then I'm going to go ahead and end this stream. So we got 4 people watching, it says. That means we actually probably have more like 9 people, which is cool. So I do appreciate you guys coming in, checking it out. I wish you guys would probably comment more, and then of course realize that, you know, I'm not, you know, I'm good at this game, but I'm not like the greatest. You know, I literally, my stats say I'm just great, and that's it. I'm not uni, I'm not super uni. I don't even know if I even care if I ever was. I really do, you know, since I've been gone for that, what I realized about this game is that it's really easy to get, you know, to focus on just the negative stuff of this game, which is like you miss a lot, the RNG is bad, artillery, you know, it just seems like when the bad stuff happens you get upset. But even on those games when you're upset, when you have a bad game and you end up pulling through and having to use that skill, those are some of the best games that you'll see. The ones where you just steamroll teams aren't really that fun to watch. I mean, I don't like watching steamrolling, you know, where it's not really skill, you just steamroll everybody, you know? I was really surprised to see this guy pop out like that. I was actually tripping, I was like, what? I guess he probably knew, doesn't know how to play light tanks. Like, light tanks are for visual, but if there's too many light tanks, you're fighting for spotting. And so I sometimes will just turn into a medium. I might even reinforce a flank. Like right here, there's an opportunity for me to maybe help, but I realize it's a little too late at this point to do anything. I'm fast enough though to where I could get in here and maybe take out somebody. As you can see here, he's facing me, so I'm gonna go ahead and just get out of here. Yeah, I was hoping I would get undetected. It seems like every medium heavy tank, they all have the perk Deadeye, which, you know, keeps you lit up for 2 seconds longer, but it seems to me sometimes like I'm always detected. So with this tank, unless I want to spam premium, as you can tell, I don't really have a lot of premium shells on this. I really try not to use them. I did notice since I've been back that one, my connection is better, and I haven't had to use premium shells nearly as much as I used to. You know, I mean, honestly, not even nearly as much. So, obviously, a long time ago, I had a lot of issues with bouncing bottom plates, and I just thought it was bad RNG, but come to think of it, I think it was just connection. So me as a light tank, I feel like it's my job to get rid of those other light tanks, if you get what I'm talking about. So some of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about that I remember from back in the day is always be aware of where you are on the map. So situational awareness, yourself, not just the perk, but yourself. You know, like here, you can see this flank has been pretty hardcore. I mean, for tier 9, there's not much I can do against these guys. Not frontally, you know, but if I could just slow them down a little bit, I might be able to save a couple. Yeah, I might be able to save a couple. So he finally messes up. You guys might be wondering why I'm not aiming in. It's because I firmly believe, I believe very strongly that the tanks are more accurate when you just zoom in. That's my personal opinion. If you're zoomed in though, at that close range, that's when somebody else pops up and shoots you. So I would normally just do some snapshotting. You can see here that yeah, I might be able to pin the top there, and boom, I end up getting that pin. I really didn't think that was gonna do it. I was like, that's gonna bounce, but I got it. So the team seems good. We're getting ready to cap out. I got 2,300 damage, 11 pins, no spotted, no assisted, and it's because at this, you know, like I said, people that are good at light tanks, you know, are much better at doing the I'll say passive spotting. I'm more of an aggressive. I use this as a fast medium attack tank, honestly. But I do know how to, you know, I do know how to do it. I really thought that that guy was just gonna sling a shell and it was gonna be done with me. I have one shot left, so I decided, you know, I better not. And if he would have been loaded, I'd be dead, honestly. You can see that I over-rotated. Die! There we go. So now we have 3,000 damage, so we're rolling safe now, right? Two tanks left, but I'm like, wait a minute, we have a heavy and 2 lights and Artie, which is awesome because Artie, you know, is a friend of mine, the guy playing Artie, so we're kind of working together. So so yeah, M103 is probably the main priority right now to get. He's a one-shot, so the tier 8, you know, he does 200. It would take him 3 shots to kill me. If the other guy had HE, if he had HE, all, you know, he could do. If the M103 used HE on me, he could pop me, you know. So I want him to know I'm here. I would also like him to chase me. This M103, I want to trick him, so I'm going to go ahead and, you know, let him know I'm here, and then I'm going to go ahead and just kind of scare him. Get this bottom plate. Yeah, I really didn't expect him to be waiting to pin me. This thing doesn't back up as fast as it used to. The 1390 used to be really fast backwards, at least from what I remember. But I've been getting hit a lot. I think that, you know, shoot and scoot is what it's called, where you back up to a target, fire, and get out of there really quick. It's not really effective because it's been slowed down a lot. So as you guys can see, I loaded some premium shells because I couldn't pin that M103 frontally, and so I forgot to switch back to standards. But it doesn't matter. This tank's trolly too, the Patriot. I actually really enjoy playing it. And he's not looking at me, and I'm messing up here. He's not looking at me. I'm trying to damage modules, maybe get him tracked so he can't do nothing, and got him. GG's. Pretty good game, I thought. I don't know what you guys think of it. Yeah, pretty fun. Let's go ahead and so this was before I actually was on the contract I'm on now. So there you go. 0 detected. Literally play this thing like a medium. You know, it's not like like I said, I've never claimed to be one of the best light tankers in the world, but I do get the concept. I do know how to do passive, but I really prefer doing aggressive spotting. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. Yeah, and you guys have a good one. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And you guys have a good one. Later.